Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Getting Started training. My name is Brody Craney. I am a Nikken Royal Diamond distributor and madly and passionately in love with this company, its technologies, its ability to transform lives, its ability to transform the lives of those who are sharing this and growing and becoming more, humans being more as they learn how to grow their business. And we're going to talk about the basics of getting a Nikken business started. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up a small PowerPoint here to give you an opportunity to take a gander at some of the basic concepts. The first here says the Nikken advantage. What is the advantage that we have? And hopefully you've had a chance to learn enough about our technologies to know that there is nothing like what we have. There is simply nothing on the market that will do what Nikken technologies do. The energy technologies they have, the nutritional technologies are second to none. The combined concept of creating a wellness home, nothing out there can touch what we have. And people can use them, they can share them, they can loan them, they can do whatever they want in those categories. You demonstrate these things and people fall in love, get curious, they want to know more. Another advantage that we have is that you can create a career with Nikken in a very stable manner. Most people, if they want to become entrepreneurial, they have to leave their job and jump into this thing called business. And it's scary to do that because they don't know. They don't know of, oh my goodness, am I going to make it? Am I going to go bankrupt? Am I going to, all these types of things. But what if you could keep your job and put your foot into this thing called Nikken and network marketing? And test the waters. And that's what I did for 9 months. I kept doing what I was doing before in my job, and with every opportunity I had to talk about Nikken, share and help someone with their back, help someone who was looking for good nutrition, help someone with their sleep, help someone who wanted better health. I would share Nikken, I would do demonstrations, I would take them to wellness previews, and within 9 months, it was making enough to replace my income. And so then, after I knew that income was there, I dropped my job. And I was able to go on and build a very large Nikken income. So we have the ability to have a free and flexible means of creating a career that can create tremendous freedom. Another advantage we have is that this can be tailored to anybody. Some people may want to share the whole package. Other people may get really passionate about our bone health technologies and just decide, I'm just going to share bone health. Other people are going to say, I'm into weight loss, and they're going to use the Nikken weight loss technologies. Other people are going to say, I'm really into the heart side of things. And I know a lot of people have heart issues, and they're going to use the technologies that go with that. I always recommend go with the big picture and then back off from there if somebody only wants a small portion. But we have so many things to offer people. The other thing that we have is that we have a company that is not here today and gone tomorrow. We have a company that's been around over 40 years. And you have to understand that most companies, be it network marketing or traditional business, do not make it beyond their second birthday. 80% of all businesses are gone. They're gone within their first 2 years. Of those that survive, 80% of those are gone in 5 years. That leaves a 5% success rate, 95% failure rate. No matter how hard you work at it, the company doesn't make it. So we have a company that we know is going to make it. And yet you can go, take a clipboard, go down to your mall, and just do an interview. Ask people, hey, do you know about Nikken? Have you ever heard of Nikken? What can you tell me about it? And you're going to find less than 5%. I bet less than 2% who could give you a description of what Nikken is. So our market penetration, even though we've done billions upon billions upon billions of dollars of sales, millions of satisfied customers, we still have a market that is completely untapped. So we have stability. We have market penetration that our biggest distributor isn't even here yet. We're still looking for them right now. You may be the person to sponsor them, okay? You may be it yourself. So with that in mind, we have a tremendous advantage financially stable company, research and development. Every year we get new technologies. They'll take things that maybe are not current or not things that are of interest to the market right now, put new things that are relevant, that make a huge difference to what people are looking for now. What we do in Nikken as consultants is we don't have to develop the products. We don't have to be bookkeepers. Thank heavens. I hate paperwork. we don't have to be the scientists. We don't have to be business gurus. All that we really do is we get really good at sharing how awesome Nikken is, how awesome these technologies are, and connecting people with the company. That's what we do. Fall in love with your technologies, fall in love with your sleep system, fall in love with your water system, your air system, your Nikken magnetic insoles, with the Bone Health Pack, with the Kenzen Vital Balance. Fall in love with them, share them, and you will be blown away with what happens as your organization starts to grow. So with that in mind, we're going to dive in here to a couple other concepts. As you get started with your business, there's some basic things you're going to want to do. And I'm going to just keep this really simple, folks. Number one, you're going to want to get some stuff. Just get the products. You're not going to be able to share this in a meaningful manner without having it to demonstrate to people. You can't rub a brochure on someone's back and help them feel good. But you can rub a mag drill. You can rub a mag creator. You can lay someone on your magnetic mattress pad and have them feel the difference. You can let them drink. You have to have these products. So on the screen there, you see the word discover it. Okay, that's get some stuff. Okay, use it. That's discover it, live it. Share it, all right? Get some stuff. Go to stuff. Go to events where people, and take your people to events. Get some stuff, go to stuff, take people to stuff. You get that? Write that down. This is really profound, folks. Get stuff, go to stuff, take people to stuff. Those are your three main things you have to learn how to do and do really, really well. Anytime a Nikken product comes out, I grab it. Whether I think I'm going to need it or not, I've never had a Nikken product I've been disappointed with. I've always been able to use them, and they've always had meaningful impact. Get stuff. Go to stuff. That's how I learned. I went to lots and lots of events as I got started. I started off as a 26-year-old punk kid who had spent 2 years mocking their family about this. And then I had some friends that had huge experience with it, with the technology. I began to fall in love with Nikken. And so I figured, I got to learn about this. So I went to every meeting I could to learn more stories. I plugged into every online opportunity I could, every audio I could listen to, every book I could read. I was hungry for this stuff. Get stuff, go to stuff, and take people to stuff. Okay? Now, you may have heard a saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink. Same thing with Nikken. Some people are looking. Not everyone. When grandma bakes oatmeal cookies, not all of the grandchildren are going to eat the oatmeal cookie. Doesn't ruin grandma's day, okay? Some people ate, some didn't. When the waitress goes around and offers a glass of water, not everybody's wanting water. Yes, thank you. No, no water for me. Yes, please. No. It doesn't ruin the waitress's day if someone says no water. So just get some stuff, go to stuff, take people to stuff, and then let people choose, okay? The last step, don't quit, okay? Don't quit. There'll be up days, there'll be down days, and if you know that, it's a roller coaster. Everything in life is a roller coaster, it goes in cycles. You'll have days when you're totally excited, and you'll have days when, you're like, I can't believe they didn't come to the event, or I can't believe they didn't share it with their mother, or whatever it was. There'll be up days, there'll be down days. And just know that you're going to wake up again tomorrow. There's no blood on you, and you can share again, okay? Now, on here it says, Nikken has created the first home career. Now, a career is something you can do for life. You can get in and stay in. Most home-based businesses aren't. They're only here for 2 or 3 years, maybe 5 years. And this is something you can pass on to your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren. So how do you get started? You can go to your sponsor's personal webpage, And you just select Join Nikken at the top of the page, and you pay to upgrade, and now you have a personal portal into Nikken. And once you have that portal, you can order products for other people. You are able to make the retail profit, and you can sign other people up and begin teaching other people who want to become consultants themselves. Now, when you sign up, you're going to want to enter in your direct deposit information, your account information, because that's how Nikken sends you the check. That's how you get it each and every month. The other thing that you want to make sure you do is after you get your ID number and your password, you go to mynikken.com. You go to the back office, and you activate and customize your own personal web page. So you can put it on business cards, get it out to everybody that is interested. Every time you do a demonstration, make sure people know how to get to your personal web page. And every time somebody orders on there, it's credited to you. That web page is free. It used to cost us an extra $350 a year, and now it's all included in your annual membership fee. $99 to start, $79 to renew, and that's just a free portion. The other thing you want to make sure you do is that you activate the lead generator. I just got, when you're in there, underneath customizing your personal web page, make sure you've clicked activate the lead generator, because Nikken will send you leads. I typically get anywhere from 2 to 5 leads per month from Nikken. And some of those people are just looking. Often they want to place orders. I just got an order today. Wouldn't you like it if someone came on and ordered a water system and they were just looking to get, you didn't have to do anything. Turn on the lead generator. Now, next thing is use your products. That doesn't mean just use them at home. Wear your back flex everywhere. Take your Mag Duo everywhere. Have it at your desk. Use it on your shoulders so that the other people in the office are at, what is that? Take your water system, set it up in work, at work. Take your water bottle up in the restaurants. Use the stuff, and as you use them, people will ask you, what are these things? Become a product of the product and share your results. So, you know, the Chinese have a proverb, if you will, that if you receive something of value, you almost have a moral obligation to pass that on. If you don't pass it on, you're withholding blessings from other people, okay? If you know something that could make a difference in someone's life, it'd almost be cruel not to share with them what the technologies could do. So use the products. And you don't have to be someone who has had a bad back or someone who has a terrible health condition and got on our sleep system and had their life transformed. When I got started, my results were very slow in coming. But what I did is I put products out in a lot of different people. And pretty soon I was telling Mark's story, and I was telling Kirk's story, and I was telling Barbara Blau's story. I was telling all these people's stories that I'd helped. I was telling my sponsor's story. And as my health got better and better and better and better, then I could tell my story. So you're building a story by sharing. I shared the results that my sponsors had. I shared the results my sponsors' sponsors had. As I did strength tests and people were excited, and as I erased the discomfort off of someone's back with a Mag Duo who had been hurting for 3 months, and in a matter of 3 minutes I made it so they didn't hurt. I shared that with every appointment that I did. So use your products, open your mouth, and share the results. Open your mouth and share the results. Now the cool thing about Nikken, unlike many other network marketing companies, is your customers don't have to have their own membership to be able to order. Your customers can connect for free, get their own ID number, be able to log in and be able to have their own ID and password to get into Nikken. Nikken takes care of all the paperwork. Nikken takes care of tracking who's connected to who and all that type of stuff. And you get paid on the 15th of every month like clockwork. So the calendar month goes from the 1st to the 30th, and then the 15th of the following month, you get your check. I've been involved with the company over 22 years, and they've never missed a beat on that. So what you see on this chart is here's you, and you want to get a network of customers. Now, these are people that we want a lot of really good customers. And if you want good customers, you're going to have to teach them. You're going to want to educate them. You might create a newsletter for them. You might forward emails that you get. You might forward a great story off YouTube that you see to them. So they, over time, get more and more familiar with this so that your customer base keeps coming back to you. So you want to give good customer service. Step number 1, smile. That's the first step to customer service. Make friends. These are going to be people that you're going to have in your life for a long time. Your customers, and eventually as you build a Nikken team, they're going to be great people who are with you for a long time. Form a great relationship with them. Do nice things for them. Go out of your way to do a nice thing for them, much as you would do for a friend. And you'll find, you see, people don't join Nikken. They're joining you. I've been guilty of baking a cake for some of my team members, or even taking a loaf of bread, or remembering their birthdays and sending cards. I've been guilty of going over and helping them take down trees and chopping their wood and all these types of things. These are my friends, okay? And if you don't get into this to take, get into this to give, to make the world a better place. And if you can have anything in life that you want as long as you help enough other people get what they want. That's a huge foundation for the beginning of your business. Most businesses don't break even for 5 to 7 years. Now, I broke even. I bought everything that Nikken has. I didn't have the money for it. I got a loan so I could get my products. And I even bought 2 of almost everything so that I could share it. And within 3.5 months, I had it all paid off. Now, luckily, that wasn't 5 to 7 years. But it took a little bit of time to do it. So be prepared for that. Now, begin to connect your team. So what we have here is a picture of, here's you, and you're going to have, on this last slide, customers, people who just buy products. This next slide is not talking about your customers. This next slide is saying, let's say one of those people started asking you, you know what, my mom's got arthritis, and I've got a neighbor who was in a car accident. I got a friend at work that is really looking to lose weight. And I was wondering, you know, what would it take for me to do what you're doing? Could I become a consultant too? And so what you see here is here's you, and one of your first goals in building an organization. Yes, you want customers, but you're also looking for people who are, well, they're entrepreneurial. People who are go-getters, people who, when you look at them, the lights are on. People, you know, that are looking for change. Sometimes there's people who, they realize that their job isn't going to be able to fulfill what they need for a retirement, or their job isn't going to be able to help pay for Johnny's education, or their job isn't going to be able to do all those things that we hope the job is going to do. And they're looking for some extra income. And truth be known, they really don't like their job. And if they could, they'd like to be their own boss. They'd like to turn their monthly income, their annual income into a monthly income. And that's what you literally can do with your Nikken business. So you're looking for 3 really good people here, find 3 good consultants, and then help them. Help them get their customers. Help them in their initial appointments. Don't just say good luck, because they're brand new. Do phone calls with them. Do presentations over the internet. Go with them on their initial appointments, and help them find customers and help them find their 3. So we call this teach 3 to reach 3. One more time. We call this teach 3 to reach 3. So as you get started, you may want to create a chart like this and put it on the wall in your office. And literally write names in those first 3 circles. If you could make a wish list of all the people that you know that you wanted to be in those 3 circles, who would they be? Who are the three most hard-charging, get-her-done, fun people to work with? Who are the people that you like to hang out with? Because they are probably looking for some of the same things you're looking with. Quality of life, something that means something where they feel like they're making a difference. And that's what Nikken offers. And you might chat with them and say, hey, I'm putting a team together. I'd like you to consider being a part of this. I'm running with this. I'm taking it all the way to the top. Listen to that part. I'm running with this. I'm taking it all the way to the top. And I'd like you to consider being a part of this. Not just a little part, but a big part. I think if you see in this what I see, you're going to want to play in a major way. We can have a whole heck of a lot of fun, help a boatload of people, and make a huge difference in the lives of other people around us. So, with that in mind, I want you to take a look at this chart. This chart is a very simplistic view of our compensation plan. You can look in the policies and procedures to get the whole view set. But what I'd like you to do in your mind is understand that if you want to be successful at anything, you must start with the end in mind. If you want to be successful at anything, start with the end in mind. So let's say that someone's goal is to be an NBA athlete, okay? Maybe they end up deciding, I'm going to play for such and such a team, or I'm going to be a guard, or I'm going to be a forward, or whatever it is. They start thinking about it every day. They realize, I'm going to have to practice every day. I'm going to go out and shoot 100 shots every day. They show up early for their practice. They work out all the time. Whenever there's an extra team that's off season, they go to play. They do what the coach says and beyond. They give 110%. And those people who are dedicated in those types of matters, they really have a chance to make it to the NBA. Now, I sat and looked at Nikken for a long time, folks. And I did my due diligence. I found out I had a 5A1 Dun & Bradstreet rating. I found out these products are second to none. I found out there are people who are making hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on a monthly basis. And they were normal, everyday people. I found out that they had really amazing lives. I also found that they'd been able to develop some really amazing skill sets. They were the type of people that I would want to be like. They were the type of people who elevated those who were around them. And I said, you know what? I don't know of many things out there that I would much rather be than a Nikken Royal Diamond. And so what I decided was to start with the end in mind. When I started, I said, what would a Royal Diamond do on a daily basis? What products would a Royal Diamond have? What meetings would a Royal Diamond go to? Oh, if there were no meetings, would the Royal Diamond just pack up their bags and say, oh, bye-bye, nothing's happening here? Or would they put their flag in the ground, stake their claim, and say, I'm going to make sure that we have a meeting right here, right now, in this city? All too often, people will say, well, this may work in Atlanta, or this may work in Chicago, or this may work in California, but it's not going to work where I'm from. I've heard that speech given from somebody in probably every city in North America now. And at the same time, while someone's complaining, someone else is out succeeding. Because they started with a Royal Diamond mindset. They decided, just do whatever it takes. I'm going to find a way to make this work and to reach as many people as I can. So the moment that you sign up, if you start with a Royal Diamond mindset, you literally have taken care of 99% of the battle. The first two rungs on the ladder, direct is just signing up, getting your $99 membership fee. Executive is doing 1,500 points. 1,500 points, so getting enough customer sales to create 1,500 points over a 3-month period. Folks, you could do that in a week. Have a big 2 grand opening parties, one on a Thursday, maybe one on a Saturday, so you have different days. Make a list. By the way, that's one of the things you're going to have to do when you get started. Don't just think of 3 or 4 or 5 people to talk to. Make a big list. And then invite them all to your grand opening. And you darn sure ought to be able to come up with 1,500 points in that first 1 to 2 weeks and wrap executive up. If you just went out and rolled 20 backs, you're going to sell a sleep system and poof, you're going to be an executive. Okay? So the next thing on there is going silver. Silver is 6,000 points within a 3-month period. And you have to have at least 2, preferably 3 people signed up. Okay? At least 2, preferably 3 people signed up. And I'll let you look at the specifics of how that goes and the volume that needs to be in those legs. But silver is starting to build a team. So it's not just you, but you're helping some other people go out and do appointments and create some volume as well. You are building a team. You're finding other people who want to come and play in your sandbox. Now, so often we make this so complicated, folks. Just remember when you were a little kid and you had a sandbox and you had some trucks or you had some dolls and you had a dollhouse and you wanted some people to come over and play in your sandbox or with your dollhouse. And maybe in the begin with, you ask Mom, who can I play with? Maybe you could ask a couple people, well, who do you know that has back problems? Who do you know that's looking to lose some weight? Do you know anybody that's worried about their health? You don't even have to know the people. You can ask people that you meet, do you know anybody who's looking for these things? Or maybe you're a little older, and maybe you know the names of your friends now. and as such, you can call them up and say, hey, Tom, guess what? Thursday night, we're going to play in our sandbox. Bring a truck if you've got one. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to have some popcorn. We'll have a soda pop. Come on over. Bring your dolls. Have some fun and begin sharing these products. You will be absolutely amazed what happens when you begin to have fun in building your Nikken business. Now, I'm going to wrap this up right now. This is just a very beginning basics tour of what you need to do to build your business. Get some stuff. Go to stuff. Take people to stuff. Don't quit. Find a mentor. Call them. Connect with them daily, if at all possible. Okay? Call them. Connect with them daily. They may not be able to get back with you. Call them. Connect with them. Email them. Whatever. Daily. Okay? You will catch their attention. The other thing that you're going to want to do is create in your own area an infrastructure. And what I mean by that is you need to have a calendar 3 months out of what Nikken events are going to be taking place. Now, there are national events taking place. We have a national event that takes place in San Antonio. There's one that takes place in the Rocky Mountain area. This year, it's looking to be in Salt Lake City. And we have one that takes place in Florida. That should be on your calendar. You can take people to it. But locally, you want to make sure you have a regular, if you're going to start off maybe 2 or 3 a month, work towards weekly, but you know what's happening 3 months out. So that every time you meet someone, you can invite them to an event. Every time you meet someone, you can invite them to an event. Every time you meet someone, you can invite them to an event. All of your team members know when those events are. And if you have no idea how to do a meeting, don't stress. Because you can call someone in your upline or crossline and say, hey, could you zoom in? Zoom is just a web-based, that's how we're doing this meeting right now. It's a free service. Could you zoom in and help me help me do my first meetings, my Nikken presentations? There's a boatload of people who are willing to help. And if you will do that and do something Nikken related every day, write that down. Do something Nikken related every day. Preferably talk to at least 1 new person every day, at a minimum. If you want to get crazy, connect with 2. I mean, can you imagine talking to 2 new people, getting appointments with those? The next day you talk to 2 new people, getting appointments with those. The next day talking to 2 new people, getting appointments with those. Within 5 days, you've got 10 appointments to do. Okay? You could be super busy if all you did is say, I'm going to find 2 people today who want to meet. End of a week, you're booked. So I tell someone if they're full-time, 2 people a day. If you're part-time, 1 person a day. Find 1 new person a day who wants to learn. Set up appointments with them, follow up, and you too can take a journey to the end. Now, your end is what you decide it would be. If someone says, well, I think I'll give this thing a try, you're not going to make it. I'm here to tell you, if you're just here to give it a try, you're not going to make it. But if you make the decision, I'm taking this all the way to the top. Because our brain is programmed to bring us success. What is success? Whatever we tell our brain we want. With that, we will conclude, and I wish you luck in your Nikken journey. Feel free to contact me at 435-512-1944 if you have any questions. Make it a great Nikken day. Bye-bye.